Are you going to be able to talk for this podcast?
Yeah.
You're just over there like wheeze laughing, coughing. Like,
Yeah, he drinks some special tea. He should be fine.
are there drugs in this specialty?
I don't think so.
Well, then what's the point? Like,
It's a
how special is it?
It's a special throat coat tea.
Throat coat.
That's what it
Is
says.
that just what you wear when it's cold in the winter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. What are you looking at, Chase? Before, I used to be able to peek over and kind of like read where you're going now, but I just see like colory shapes.
There's a fan campaign to get a sequel to Solo a Star Wars story.
It's not gonna happen. All right. Okay. So, yeah. So as we all know, last week, we talked about Game of Thrones, but nobody cares about that. Everybody cares about the introduction of our new theme song.
Oh God, yeah.
But I did realize, I didn't have the consensus of everybody at the table. Like, there was definitely a split. Some people liked it, some people didn't. And I'm not okay with that, so I definitely went to work.
Okay.
And I think I came up with a strategy that'll get everyone united in their opinions about my song. So while changing none of the lyrics, I think I have a great strategy here.
Oh my God.
Did you add music?
No.
Even worse.
Oh. That's,
Hey, this is the
Oh,
ZymCast
no.
with Shy and Chase and Kyle. They'll talk about some random shit with stupidity and style. So come gather around one and all and let the fun times last. The podcasting is on its way. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the ZymCast.
Oh my God, I hate it.
And now everyone hates it together.
Well, as you heard, welcome to the ZymCast. My name is Chase Matherly.
I'm Kyle Grubb.
I'm Cheyenne.
And she hates me now. I'm so glad.
I do.
Mission accomplished.
I didn't hate that song last week, and now I hate it.
And now we're all united. It's a bad song, and I'll keep working on it.
Wow. That didn't sound terrible. It's just terrible.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, good. I was worried that you were about to be like, now I don't hate it. I'm like, damn it.
No, I still hate it. It just
Good.
didn't sound terrible.
Oh, thank you.
So what's up, Kyle, besides, countryizing our theme song?
Hey, not a whole lot. As I tweeted on the Twitter, got my 4th platinum today. Days Gone is in my past.
4th platinum of the year, right?
Yeah, 4th platinum of the year. Got to figure out what the fuck I'm going to get the 5th one on. I think I'm going to go back to Ni no Kuni 2.
Okay.
I feel like I'm not too far from that.
I have 0 platinums.
That's okay. I live a weird life.
Yeah, you do.
I'm in that weird period in the middle. Like, some people are like crazy trophy hunters and they're like, oh, I just got my 382nd platinum. I'm like, what the fuck? And then there's people like you. It's like, I don't have any platinums. And I'm here like, I just try and get a nice handful every year.
1 a month.
About. And I'm behind. So, got to knuckle down. Other than that, I've not been up to much. Just been working. You're sick.
I've been very sick since last week or before last week. I feel like it was like coming slightly before we recorded the last week's episode, and it's gone through the whole week. I've had it started with my throat going out, my voice.
Oh my God. Did you actually get what I had?
I don't know, but like my voice just like went out, and at work I couldn't even talk.
I think you caught what I had just really, really late.
Yeah, and then it was like, I think coughing after that, and then like sneezing. I don't know, and then that kind of went away, and now it's back to the throat and coughing.
Gotcha. Just quick question. I don't know if this stays in the podcast. Did you end up going to Howlin' Ray's yesterday?
I went to Howlin' Ray's yesterday in downtown LA.
Yep.
And I got country, which is no spice at all. They're known for their spicy
Yes.
chicken. I got no spice because that's what I like, and I knew I would like it if I didn't get spicy.
I would have probably gotten like mild.
I spent like $30 on chicken. I'm not gonna spend it on things I'm not gonna eat.
Apparently, there's like a secret menu there where they have to like know you and then you can order like special stuff.
Yeah, one of the people
It's like
we were with
fried
got
grilled cheese,
like
grilled cheese sandwich.
grilled cheese sandwich with chicken on both ends.
That sounds delicious.
I didn't have any; it was spicy.
Why should I expect anything less?
Nope.
You were the man who watched when we all subjected ourselves to the hot wings challenge.
Yeah, that's right. And then they also got fried pickles with cheese.
Interesting.
Yep, it's good.
Cool. Well, glad you guys all had fun.
Yeah. It was raining.
Yes,
On the
I knew
way.
that.
And it's always great to be out in the rain when you're sick.
Yep, you know it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to go, but I couldn't for multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Not the least of which was that I had a D&D game to get to. My group of adventurers killed they killed a dragon, and then another dragon died and got turned back into like a zombie dragon, and then they killed that one too.
That sounds fun.
It was tough. They're all level 7, CR9 and a CR8 creature. I wasn't expecting them to win. So I'm very proud of them because they are terrifying players and they ask me ridiculous questions. Literally, they pose me the questions. It's like, so we've killed a dragon that can shoot lightning out of its mouth. How do we reverse engineer how to do that to create a super weapon? I'm like, I hate
my
you all.
God.
I hate you all. It's like, I need to dissect this
We
creature.
will be the masters of this world.
It's like, I know how fire dragons work with the gas and the... It's like, but how do they do it with lightning? I'm like, oh no, why?
We will threaten the powers that be.
Well, no, they are in charge of a kingdom. They're trying to get the populace in order.
My God.
Because the populace doesn't respect them yet because they don't have an army yet, so they just need to rule through fear until... You know what I've done here? A terrible, terrible thing. Yeah, so, good times had by all.
Yeah.
They have castles and the goblins they've enslaved.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
I'm so proud of them.
That sounds fun.
It is. All right. Okay, really quick, before we start talking about anything like important, I've made an observation in my life that I need to get an answer to, but I also don't want to look for a formal answer because I know I'll find one. All right. So like after I was sick for weeks, I'm like, I need to get a little bit more healthiness in my life, but not in any way that requires like actual effort or work or lifestyle changes in any way, shape, or form.
As most people probably want.
Exactly. So I'm like, well, I just need to add some vitamins into my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to the store and I was like, and there was like those one-a-days. I picked them up. I wasn't paying a lot of attention though. First of all, these are like the gummy one-a-days, and I feel like I'm 8. Got my little like things. And so, I was just kind of, I took one every day because it's in the title, one a day. But then I looked at the back.
It's 2 a day.
And it says serving size 2.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've been lied to.
Exactly. Why don't they just make like them bigger?
Yeah. But I mean, like, what's going on? This feels like a conspiracy because there's no actual directions on the thing, on the bottle. It's called one a day. No, there's not. I looked. Or I'm blind. Well, the directions on the bottle are called one a day.
Yeah, I feel like because I have had the same ones, and it specifically said in the directions to take 2 a day. That's why I was like, what?
I feel so defeated by this thing. It bothers me in ways it probably definitely shouldn't, but it does bother me.
Yeah, you've been lied to your entire life.
Or, like for a week. Yeah. So I just wanted to point that out. Why?
I don't know. Maybe you should write to the company and be like, why are you lying?
You have betrayed my trust that I just put in you.
You have gained and lost a customer today, sir.
That's all it took. So, it probably doesn't hurt your bottom line very much. But still. All right.
I will spread the word. Start a campaign against one a day.
Oh, man.
They're all liars and crooks.
The scoundrels.
You see how many come in this bottle? It's supposed to last me this many days, but it's lasting me half. Because I'm taking 2 a day.
You should change your damn name to 2 a day.
2 it doesn't have such a ring.
It really doesn't. Okay. Let's start with our usual starting spot, which we haven't done for a couple weeks, but trailer talk, trailer talk, talking about trailers. Yeah.
Yeah. What was that one you're really excited for?
Real excited for?
No, I know it. I know.
No. This morning we got the trailer for Terminator: Dark Fate.
So Terminator 3, right?
Yep, Terminator 3, Dark Fate Day. Yeah, so once again, in the Terminator franchise, they're like, yo, only the first 2 movies were real.
Yeah, ignore that other shit.
How many times can they keep doing that in the same franchise? Like, literally, okay, so there was like 1 and 2, and then 3 obviously was like, assumed only 1 and 2 existed because that's all that was real.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Salvation, I think technically continued off of 3. But then there was the Sarah Connor Chronicles TV show that assumed only 1 and 2 was canon, starring Lena Headey
Oh yeah.
as Sarah Connor. So there you go. That'll tie into something we'll talk about soon. And then they did the Terminator Genesis, and that assumed only 1 and 2 were canon, I guess.
Was that the one with Amelia Clark?
Yeah. Also
Hey.
tie into something. And now we're having Dark Fate, which again looks like it only assumes 1 and 2 were canon. They gotta. I mean, like, no matter how poorly maligned these movies are, you have to move past 2 at some point, right?
I don't know. I never really was into the Terminator movies. I had seen them, didn't really pay attention. Besides, like Judgment Day.
Yeah, good movie. Yeah. So, it looks like a film.
With an old Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, again, they always have old Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like the last movie, I think they were like, "Yeah, I'm a robot, but my skin is like living tissue, so it ages."
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, Arnold. You do you. And yeah, other than that, yeah, like doesn't look like any John Connor in this movie at all, which would be the first Terminator movie without John Connor since the first Terminator movie, because he was not born yet. That's weird. But it does have Linda Hamilton back as Sarah Connor. Old badass Sarah Connor.
Correct.
So that could be cool, I guess. I don't know what's going on based on that trailer. It just looks like there's another young woman who is being hunted by Terminators for, I'm assuming, something she does in the future, and we need to protect her.
Yeah.
And then there's a half human, half Terminator, and she's like, I am human. And I don't know what's going on, but there's stuff.
Pass the Turing test.
Yeah. All right, cool. So that's a trailer. I'm curious about it. I will definitely give it a shot because James Cameron is back as like a producer, but he's like heavily a part of the process.
Yeah. I'll definitely probably not see it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no way. Other than that, though, I can't think of any other trailers that have dropped in like the last week.
Not any significant
Yeah,
ones.
no, nothing important. I guarantee something's dropped, but whatever. Yeah. So I mean, we might as well just talk about the Game of Thrones finale.
Yeah. For people who haven't seen it, we were talking about the final episode of season 8 of Game of Thrones. Final episode of Game of Thrones ever, in general.
Yep.
So if you haven't seen it, where are you?
Like,
you
I
under a
think
rock?
everybody has. And honestly, let's be honest too. If you haven't seen it, you probably don't care.
If you haven't seen it, you probably know the ending anyway because of Twitter and every other form of social media or anything on the internet, even the news and Google. I got push notifications the next day telling me like about what had happened, like from Google, like articles. I'm like, what the fuck, Google? How do you know I saw it?
Google knows everything. Yeah. So it ended.
It ended. That is it.
As I had tweeted after watching it, I didn't hate it.
Which I'm surprised. Going into it, I assumed that you would hate it, and you saw it before I did, a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard your your take on, well, not your take, but you said you didn't hate it, and I was like, oh, then there's hope.
Yeah. I think by this point I just had aligned my expectations for the show, to where I'd be like, I think really the reason I didn't hate the finale is because of the very simple fact that I'm like, I don't know, after these last 2 episodes that we got and like where we found ourselves with only 1 episode left, I don't know how much better they possibly could have ended the show. Like, I feel they kind of wrote themselves into a corner by only having 1 episode left after the events of last week.
I feel like the events that happened in the last episode would happen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more about fleshing it out that I would have preferred. Like,
okay, sorry, just 1 second. Like, I feel like this ending would have landed much better even if we only had like 1 more episode after this.
Okay.
Like, even if you hadn't changed anything about the first 5 episodes, if you had 2 episodes left to do this, I think you could have done a better job to make some of these beats feel a bit more earned.
Okay.
Because it felt like they rushed through a lot of stuff. Please talk. Talk now, Jace.
I was going to say that I feel like the last few episodes, or at least the episode 4, which one was the one with the bells? 5? Yeah.
5.
Episode 5, episode 3, and I guess the finale. They'd probably be like if it was extended, if there were more seasons, I feel like those episodes probably be as they were. But maybe in different placements, like
Yeah.
more episodes before it or after them, or
Yeah. I mean, it's like I said last week. It's in isolation. The Bells, episode 5, is not a bad episode of TV.
Mm-mm.
It's just the things that happened on there. I had issues with how quickly they happened.
Yeah.
But again, like really taking a step back and looking at the season as a whole, why was this only 6 episodes? I honestly think you could have had even 2 shorter 6-episode seasons. The first season all about building up to the battle against the White Walkers, and then the final season all about dealing with the ramifications of the throne.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that would have been stronger because you would have given enough time to both of those storylines instead of both of them kind of feeling half-assed and unimportant. Because literally you break it down, it's like we spent 2 episodes building up to the battle with the White Walkers, but really it was mostly just catching up with our characters and stuff. And then 1 episode dealing with them. And then 1 episode of kind of just getting everybody into place. 1 episode of dealing with the Iron Throne, and then 1 episode of dealing with all the ramifications of that and ending up the entire show in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And so, of course, it feels rushed because it is. So, like, yeah, somebody said, like, hey, if like you have like a shortened season all about dealing with the White Walkers, and then you have like another shortened season all about like building up to Dany's turn, and then like the destruction of King's Landing, and maybe rework that a little bit on why she did it.
Mm-hmm.
Just give her even just the slightest more reason. Just a little bit more reason. That's all I'm asking for here. Like, you could have, okay, I don't remember what I said in last week's episode, but like I'm thinking about it, like here's what you could have done to have Dany still massacre shitloads of people, but have it not feel just like because she turned evil.
Yeah.
They already kind of set it up. The Red Keep is full of civilians.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She should have flown straight to the Red Keep and not given a shit about all the people there, and you see all the people burning alive in the Red Keep. And her just because she wants Cersei. I don't know if that would have had like quite the same impact, but it would have still cemented the fact that she just killed, like I think Cersei said, like they got like tens of thousands of people in the Red Keep. And she would have just fucking killed them all, and you could have just done a lot of the same brutality in regards. You would have just had to, reshoot it all as in like a bunch of people trying to like escape.
Yep.
But like you would have at least it would have had the twofold reasoning of, one, she's clearly snapped because she's still just massacring a crap ton of innocent people without care. But 2, at least you kind of get why.
Yeah. That I think would be much more earned.
Yeah, because again, there was no point in her just strafing the streets of King's Landing, killing everyone.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's me. I was like, she's definitely going to the Red Keep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just take a little long detour, massacring all these people.
I think that's the real reason I had problems. Because like I said, I don't have a problem with Daenerys turning evil. I wish they'd spent a little bit more time really building to it, but whatever. If at least they'd had a semi-decent reason on why she went evil, like the execution of it, that might have been better. But regardless, we now walk into episode 6 with Daenerys, Mad Queen, giving a speech to her greatly multiplied forces. Where the fuck did all these Dothraki and Unsullied come from?
Yeah, the Dothraki, especially after the Battle of Winterfell, they just fucking multiplied.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a...
Just giving a very Hitler-esque speech.
Yeah, right? We liberated the people of King's Landing. Yeah, from their lives.
Liberated them from their bodies.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. And yeah, now it's time to go liberate the people everywhere from Westerfell. I'm tired. From Winterfell to Dorne, like everywhere. She's like, we're just gonna take over the entire fucking world now, guys. Woohoo! Yeah. Go us! I'm like,
I was like scared.
Yeah, it's like, oh Jesus. And so Tyrion, probably could have ran away at this point. In all the rush, probably nobody.
He wanted to tell her to face.
Yeah, but he just walks up in front of her, and she's like, "I know you let your brother go. You've committed treason." He's like, "Yeah, I committed treason. You just burnt an entire city alive, you crazy bitch." Takes off his thing, throws it on the ground. She's like, "Yeah, you're under arrest." He's like, "Yeah, I probably should have seen that coming." Oh, damn it!
Yeah, I love that whole scene. Like, Arya was standing there, and so was Jon, and Tyrion probably understood what she was saying for like a little bit, or at least most of what she was saying. Yeah, but just Jon and Arya were just like, what's she saying? You can tell it's bad.
Yeah, you're like, this doesn't sound good tone-wise, but I don't understand a single word she's saying.
Yep.
Or whatever.
She's my queen.
My queen. I'm telling you, man, this is the only line. That's almost too much of a meme at this point, but seriously.
That's like all he says is whole
Well,
season.
I think like every scene he's in, he says that at some point.
Yeah. Or what was the other one?
I don't know.
I don't want it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, usually they come right back to back. It's
Yeah.
like, she's my queen, I don't want the throne. It's like, oh my God.
I don't want it.
Did they only give you a single episode's worth of script and you just had to keep repeating? It's like, oh, this is what they did. So they couldn't actually get Kit Harington, so they CG'd him in. And they basically had a sounding board that they played the loops with to fit together the entire rest of his work. There we go. Mission solved.
That makes so much sense.
I get it now. They got him for the first episode and the last episode, and all in the middle is just CGI Jon Snow on the soundboard.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the scene between Tyrion and Jon in the dungeon?
Actually, I want to point out I'm going to go a bit more beat for beat.
Sure.
Okay, but not super in depth because we don't have time for that. First of all, we have the scene where, Tyrion's walking around and then he goes down into under the Red Keep and finds the corpses of his siblings.
Okay. Yes.
Powerful acting scene.
Yeah, that was a good scene. But so I have a qualm with this.
Yes.
Kind of.
Oh, I've qualm with it too.
Well, it's set up for it later, but he walks in, everything's destroyed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He walks into the small council room
Yeah.
and gets the little thing and walks down.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll skip that there. I'll plant that seed.
Plant
there.
that there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. My qualm is that we watched this entire chamber get completely flooded with rubble. And then he walked over there and he moved like 4 rocks and he found them.
Yes. That too. I was like, he's going to be digging for a while.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, we're just going to cut back to him late. Nope. There they are. I see that hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just, man. But it was still a powerfully acted scene by good old Peter Dink.
Oh, he saved this.
I mean, yeah, he
His
acted.
acting.
He acted the hell out of this episode. He's like, look, my character's dumb now, but I'm still a great fucking actor. Yeah. So
And as much as I hate to feel bad for Cersei,
you kind of do.
Oh my God, that scene was just powerful. That image of them under the rubble,
Holding each
each
other.
other,
Yep.
dead. I was like,
Yep.
ooh.
My mom went into this episode going like, they're still going to be alive. I'm like, well, they very quickly proved nope. Nope. And she's like, they weren't under that much rubble. Maybe they're faking it. I'm like, you just got to let this go. She's like, I'm not satisfied with that death.
A lot of people weren't satisfied with that death. They were thinking that Dany got the death that Cersei deserved.
Yep. Yeah. So, and also, right before Daenerys's Hitler speech, we got one of the coolest shots in the entire show.
What, the dragon?
Yeah, with the dragon wings coming up behind her and shit. Oh, it's such an awesome fucking shot.
Yeah, I was I definitely did think it was a awesome shot, but I was also like,
Well, on the nose.
a little too on the nose. I'm like, it's kind of expected.
I didn't care. It was such a cool shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then there was the scene with Grey Worm, just massacring people, all the prisoners.
Okay, it's another qualm I have for later.
Yeah, right? Yeah, don't worry.
He
So
has
what we've
no-
learned, no problem killing just random ass people.
Random
Placing
prisoners that
Yeah.
he has.
Yep, let's just place that there.
Yep.
Come back to that
Put
later.
a pin in it.
Yep, and so we have the scene that honestly the whole show I guess has been building to, even though we didn't know it until last week. Dany and Jon in what remains of the throne room.
Yep.
So I do love that Dany got to touch the Iron Throne, but never got to sit in it.
She never did.
Nope.
I expected her to just go up there and sit.
Me
No.
too. And then she turns and then she sees him. I'm like, I feel like she was 3 seconds away from sitting in that fucking thing. Yep. And so they have their scene.
Another problem I have with this is that just the last episode she was saying that he betrayed her and
Yeah.
all that jazz.
Yeah, but now she's really high on herself
Yeah,
because she
now
killed about 100,000 people.
now she's like, let's rule together. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know how much I really believe that anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people can tell you, John, that she'll probably kill you because you're a threat? And yeah, she probably will. She maybe meant it in the moment, but also she's lost her goddamn mind. So this is a good scene. It's well acted by both of them,
Mhm.
but she's just lost her fucking screw. All the screws are loose.
Yeah.
Every
When
single
she
one
was
of them.
talking, I was like,
Oh
this is creepy.
Yeah, just you know, like, I am purely good and so are you, and we can make the world a better place. He's like, what about all the other people who think that they're like, that they know what good is? And she's like, they don't have the choice. And he was like, Jesus.
It's not their choice.
It's like,
or it's not up to them.
yeah, it's like, oh my God, okay, yeah, there's only one way this goes. And then, and so he's like,
you'll always be my queen.
you always be my queen.
And I was like,
No,
at this point, I was like,
are they
it's
going
go
the
one or two ways.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. You're like, you have that beat where you're like, are they going to go the way no one thought they were? No. And he stabs her in the heart.
Yep.
And for just a quick second, you kind of see the fearful little girl that we met in the first season as she just lies dying on the floor.
With no last words.
None at all. And it's a bit
Doesn't
more
say
realistic,
anything.
to be fair.
I guess.
You get stabbed in the heart. You're like, what the fuck? I'm dying. You're not going to be like, poetic statement. Remember it
But
forever.
like, shouldn't even say what the fuck I'm doing. Like what?
Yeah,
Didn't
no,
have no
it's-
reaction.
I think some part of her. Maybe let's hold on to the fact that the old Danny, he regains some sanity. He's like, oh yeah, I probably deserved this. Nah. So she was murdered by John. And then we got the one part of the episode that actually made me feel something.
Yeah, the good boy Drogon.
Good boy, Drogon.
He knew that his mama was bad hurt.
Yeah, so somebody was like, how does he know? I'm like, he's a magical fucking dragon. This is where you're going to be drawing the line of believability?
Yeah.
That he knew his mom got hurt? So yeah, he shows up and he's pissed.
Mhm.
And reasonably so. He goes, he tries to nudge her and she's just a limp corpse. And you're like, oh, well, yeah, she's pretty dead. And he lets out his like, just screaming wail of pain. And that was, hit me in the feels a little bit.
Mhm.
And then you see the fire welling up, and I'm like, I don't think this is how John's gonna die.
See, I would have been satisfied if John died that
I would
way.
have too. I would have totally been satisfied, but I didn't think they were gonna do it, and they didn't. So, so he just gets mad and he throws a hissy fit and he just kind of burns some shit, and then he rears back and he melts the Iron Throne because, they did say multiple times dragons are smarter than people, and he understands. Or at least the interpretation I have is that he completely understood that the Iron Throne was the reason that turned his mother to madness and is the reason she's dead on the floor right now.
Yeah.
Or he's just throwing a hissy fit and he happened to burn the right thing. Dragons definitely understand metaphor at the end.
Yeah, I think the first one is more believable than
Yeah.
the coincidence that he just burned like the most important thing in the kingdom.
Yeah. One quick thing though. I do love how when Danny's talking about the Iron Throne to John right before she's all stabby stabbed, she kind of mentioned she just imagines like an impossibly large tower of swords and stuff because she couldn't count more than 20. Which is actually more what it looks like in the books. It's like there's like a set of stairs you have to climb around the swords to get up to. Like there's like artistic renderings of like what the throne supposedly looks like
Oh, that's cool.
with like thousands of swords. It's actually pretty cool looking and totally reasonable why they did not do that in the show. Just can't be a comfortable chair, right? Like,
Yeah.
Thank God it's gone. Also, I love the people who are like, well, Drogon knew we didn't need a throne anymore. There's no point. The
Yeah.
king won't be able to sit in it.
Yeah. Were you satisfied with Daenerys' death?
Yeah. I sure. Like I said, there are only two people who would satisfyingly be able to kill Daenerys. In my mind, it was Tyrion or Jon. Jon did it, convinced by Tyrion.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like, yeah. And we skipped past it, but yeah, that the scene between Tyrion and Jon in the dungeon, great scene.
Okay. Good. Well,
Did you not like it?
No, I agree.
Okay.
But there are some people that really don't like that scene. I was
Why?
Like, they thought it was boring, and
okay.
I was like,
These are the people who are the reason we got like just multiple. Like this show has turned into an action series. Like there are parts of this episode that felt like Game of Thrones for the first time in a very long time, even if it wasn't like to the quality it used to be. Like when we're having people talking about political shit and sitting in the small council chamber and shit, I feel like I'm like, we're back.
yeah,
Just too late.
that's exactly what I was thinking too.
But yeah, so like I understood where Tyrion was coming from for all of that. I feel like he did all of the best ways to convince Jon to actually do this by bringing up his sisters. Because that is, I believe, like the one thing he could have done to convince Jon to actually kill Daenerys is like, yeah, you're fine dying, but your whole family's going to get killed because they're not going to bend the knee. And he's like, shit, why do you have to be right? Yeah, and so Jon visits Tyrion in jail, and we will see a reverse of that soon. Yeah, so Jon, so Drogon grabs his mommy's corpse and just flies off into the distance, never to be seen again.
Yeah, like like Hobbit style with
Oh yeah,
the eagles
the Eagles.
grabbing Oaken Shield.
Yep.
With a little talon flying away. I was like, oh, that's okay.
Hey, this thing's just become Lord of the Rings, man. Yeah, so they fly away. And then so clearly John just, was John and he just told the truth to everybody.
I guess.
Yeah, but well, okay, so like they're like later in the episode they're like, but he stabbed our queen in the heart. No one would know that.
Yeah,
if
I
he
know.
didn't
That's what I
tell
was
them.
like, how the fuck? They didn't say that he like.
Yeah, no, it's like he killed. No,
I
like
hate those
clearly,
assumption things.
clearly John was just like, "Yo, Grey Worm, sorry, bro, I killed Daenerys. You should probably just put me in jail."
And that's the thing. Grey Worm, you can see, was so
Executing people he
easily
didn't even give a shit
executing
about.
people on the streets. Lannisters that were okay. So he said the Daenerys Express thing was like her enemies,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was given free reign to execute her enemies.
Mm-hmm.
John just fucking stabbed her in the heart.
Mhm.
Would that not be her enemy?
Not anymore. She's dead.
Yeah, apparently. So you can just sit in jail until we decide what to do with you.
Yeah, so we jump forward to like 3 weeks, I think it was.
I don't even know.
I think it's been a couple weeks.
But it's never like
No.
I thought it was like at the same time for
No.
a little while.
Well,
and then
no,
they
it's because
started
everyone
talking
had
about
bigger beards.
it. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, Tyrion's beard was bigger. That's how you had to know.
I guess.
And then you see John, and he looks real scraggly.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I mean, because he's in jail. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Tyrion's beard was like a little bit more of a beard of sorrow now. Yeah, and so he's taken out to so Grey Worm just like takes him out and is like, okay, time to go to that one spot where we had that meeting with Cersei in season 7.
Yep.
The Dragon Pit or whatever.
Recognized it.
Yep. And you basically have like a bunch of main characters who are all sitting in a circle.
See, now I thought this was like a trial for Tyrion.
Me too at first.
Yeah. That's not.
I guess not.
Not at all.
They're just all there. And I guess they demanded that Tyrion and Jon were brought out for judgment or something. I don't know. I don't know why he was here.
Yeah, they were saying that for it was kind of said like for judgment, things like that.
Yeah.
But what it ended up being was a council of all the lords of the land, which
Yeah,
includes Tyrion
Mhm.
as now the last
Only
remaining
Lannister.
and then Jon, which is technically the Lord of the Starks.
He's King of the North.
Yeah, King of the North. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Duh. Totally forgot that plot point.
Yeah, but yeah, Grey Worm's like,
And
no,
then
he's our prisoner. And that's
for
where I
some
went.
reason-
That's where I went. He's not dead?
Yeah, he's not. He hasn't been executed yet, and neither of them have been. And for some reason, Arya's there, and
She's a
Bran.
Stark. He's the Red Raven.
Yeah, but they're like not the heads of the houses.
I know, but they're the main characters, so they get more rights and seats
Yeah,
at the table.
apparently.
The North is very big.
Yeah,
So, by population count, they get more seats.
don't they have more? They already have like the other guy who's also like I think like 2 other ones are Northmen.
No. Are you
No?
talking about Edmure Tully?
No, the other one on the other side.
What?
The only guy that the guy that's close to Sansa throughout the time that they're in Winterfell.
What?
I'm pretty sure it's a lord of one of the
He-
one of the northern houses.
one of the fuck, what's his name? What, like the Knight of the Vale.
I don't think.
He was like I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't remember.
The fact is, we just get a lot of who's.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Like
There's
a lot of people like, oh, main characters.
Robin Aaron.
Yeah,
is
Robin
there.
Aaron.
He's glowed up.
God. Yeah, he's there. And then there's just like a bunch of random ass people that you're like, I wasn't expecting to see you
Random
again.
Prince of Dorne.
Yeah, right. It's like 'cause everyone else is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, cool. You look vaguely Dornish. Get where you're from. Hey, Yara, good to see you back.
Yeah.
Robin Aaron.
Yeah, I was like, what the
fucking
fuck?
Edmure Tully. Forgot
I
you were
forgot
alive.
he was alive.
Like exactly. You're just like, I guess so.
He's
Okay.
like, I guess that I will be king too.
It's like,
sit down.
I've been here a long time, and I would like to say that has given me at least some. Uncle, sit down.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. So basically, Tyrion turns this, I guess, trial of his fate into like, yo, guys, hey, nobody can agree on how to handle things because normally a king does that.
Yep.
Maybe we should all just vote for king right now.
And that was the thing. They asked for both Tyrion and Jon, and then Grey Worm brought out Tyrion, and they're like, "Where the fuck is Jon?" He's like, "He's our prisoner."
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, it's so Tyrion.
yeah, they're much madder.
Yeah,
at,
Jon. And
I
they're like,
feel
we
like-
decide what to do with them. And then Tyrion's like, that's not for you to decide.
Yeah.
It's for the king to decide. There is no king.
There is no king. I was like, see, when he first said that's for a king to decide, I'm like, did we already have a king picked? And I just didn't know. Like for half a second.
For half a second, I was like, he's going to say that's for the king to decide. And the true king is Jon. That's what I thought was.
Again,
That's where I thought
yeah,
was gonna go.
Key to point out, him being a Targaryen literally never mattered.
Mm-mm.
Except for it pissing Daenerys off and putting a target on his back. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, he would, and then he would also have to be there as the head of House Targaryen, I guess,
Yeah.
because he's the head of House
They
Targaryen.
don't have any lands
Uh-uh.
or people. Dragonstone is a ruin. But yeah, it's just he's not invited to the meeting. I wish he would have been there.
I wonder what he would have said.
Exactly. I think that would have been more interesting to have this quote unquote hero of the show have any agency in the show at all, except for him stabbing somebody. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he accomplishes this entire season is killing Daenerys.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels so weird because he was such an important character. And technically he did an unimportant thing, but that's really it. Everything else he just kind of was good. He hid behind a rock from a zombie dragon. And he talked about Daenerys being his queen a lot. So yeah. So like Edmure walks up and he's like, yo, I can be queen, I can be king, and everyone's like, shut up. And then we get one of the big laughs of the episode with good old Samuel Tarly being like, hey, I have an idea. Like, even if we all vote, like, it won't be like representative of all the people, and the king will rule all the people. So maybe everyone should vote. And everyone just starts laughing. And
I
like,
I thought for sure that's where that was gonna go. I was like, oh, maybe, and then they started laughing. I'm like, okay, that seems more appropriate.
Yeah, that would have felt so fake if they're like,
Yeah.
you're right, all of the stupid, ignorant people should decide. And they're like, oh, my
horse,
my horse gets a vote. And I'm like, yeah, sit down, Sam. You're playing to the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you kind of tell everybody's like, oh, I don't know. And somebody's like, Tyrion, like, well, you want to be king? He's like, I do not. You picked the worst. Like, I would be the worst choice for king.
Yep.
Half of the people hate me because I served Daenerys, and half of the people hate me because I betrayed her. And you're like, yeah, that's a good point. And then he's like, but I'm good at talking, and I'm going to convince everyone to vote for the cripple with no emotions.
Bran the Broken.
Bran the Broken.
I was like, how? What?
They were, okay, clearly this was being set up by two scenes where Tyrion talked to Bran and asked him to tell some stories.
Yeah, I was like, we never see him tell a story.
No.
There's no ramifications of him telling the story that we can see.
Well, again, it's because they didn't want to tip their hand. This was the thing. They wanted it to be such a shock that Tyrion would be like, oh my God, Tyrion votes for Bran. But they made sure that you had technically just enough information from earlier episodes where you're like, oh, I guess they were seeding that.
Kind of. I mean,
I know.
the thing is, he says, like, who has a better story than Bran? It's like, mostly anybody else.
A lot of other characters.
Yeah.
But I thought he
Sansa?
was going to go more on like Bran knows all of our stories,
That's what I thought too.
which would have made way more sense. But he's like, no, Bran's just got a real cool story. No one liked Bran's parts of the story.
No.
That was like everyone like, oh, God, Bran's back. And there was a whole season without Bran, and you were kind of happy, and you also didn't notice. He skipped out a whole season.
Yeah, he wasn't even there.
Like in season 4, season 5.
I don't remember.
There was a season where he just didn't show up. No, it's season 5. He just didn't show up, and no one noticed.
We noticed.
Did we? Noticed?
Sorry.
We noticed, I swear to God. We knew he wasn't there.
We noticed.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, whatever. Him being the three-eyed raven almost makes sense. But then he had like the line earlier in the season, like, I don't want to rule anything. But I guess now he's going to rule everything?
And then he's like, do you accept? He's like, why do you think I came all the way down? It's like,
all this way. Which I interpreted that more as like, he's obviously willing. He knew things were going to go this way. That's why he's here. But I love the internet. So like, so here's our true villain. He's orchestrated everything to end up on the throne.
Yeah. He knew all along.
He knew all along.
Have you seen that like video of like him warging into Daenerys before she takes down King's Landing?
No,
it all makes sense.
No, like you never actually see Daenerys after things start burning. It cuts to her and she's like, what the fuck are you doing, Drogon? And he's like, like, stop! I didn't want this. Just manipulating everyone.
That would have been a good story too. Would funny. I would have liked that. But I wasn't dissatisfied with this ending.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, nobody else would have felt right as king. Like, yeah, Jon, whatever. Jon did not want to be king. I felt like that would have been a really crappy ending for him. Also, I don't think he would have been strong enough to really be king and rule all these people. He's not willing to play the game, which would make him a terrible king and he would not last long.
Yeah, sure.
In addition, I don't know. He just murdered the last queen. I can't imagine him being voted for.
He effectively became Jaime,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Queen Slayer.
he became Jaime. Now that Jaime's dead, he's like, well, somebody's got to do it. Fuck off. Yeah. So Bran is voted for king, and he basically makes Tyrion his hand.
Well, no, he's voted by 6 people.
Not technically
Six-
more than 6 people, but everybody else.
6 of the kingdoms bend the knee.
Yeah, and Sansa's like, yo, look, brother, I think you're going to be a great king. Oh, don't you creep me out.
Yeah,
but
you're not going to be my king.
Yeah, you're not going to be my king. We're never bending the knee again. We're going to be an independent kingdom. And everybody's like, okay.
Peace out.
Yeah, and everybody's like, sure, whatever.
I'm Queen of the North, bitches.
Whooped. I got the most epic promotion.
Okay, so
Season 1, I wanted to be queen. Now I'm queen. Fuck it.
I don't know if I mentioned this. And I was like looking over some like things you might have missed in the finale, and
there was a lot.
yeah, but in the last episode in the bells, I think it was, because the Red Keep was falling apart, there was a crack that ran straight through the map room between the north and the south.
There you go.
That I saw that.
Visual storytelling.
I don't know if I mentioned it.
You didn't.
And I was like, I assumed like, okay, something's gonna happen between the north and the south, or like some kind of split or whatever. And then this happens, right? Brandon's king of the 6 kingdoms, because the 7th kingdom, the north, which is the biggest one,
Peaced
out, and so Sansa rules that. But I was watching like one of them for like, what do you miss in the finale? And they're like, oh yeah, Sansa peaced out or whatever. And like, this is foreshadowed earlier in the episode where you look in the map room and there's a crack. I'm like, yeah, but you could see the crack in the last episode. Like, that's when it happened. Whatever. People don't pay attention. I pay more attention to those people.
Good job, Chase.
Yeah.
You should have your own series. Things you might have missed in the might have missed videos from the finale.
Things you might have missed. This bird. It's very important.
It's symbolic because birds mean freedom. 14 episodes ago, when we were in the north, we saw a bird flying, and that told us that they were going to be set free.
Yeah,
symbolism.
But this really was this whole series, like from the first episode, not necessarily through to the last episode, but in the first episode and in the last episode, it ended up being a Stark series.
Yeah.
Like all about Starks. Fucking Bran rules the iron or the wheelchair throne.
The wheelchair throne.
Yeah, he doesn't need a seat anymore.
Yep.
He's always sitting. Sansa rules the north. Arya set off to the west of Westeros to figure out what that is. And,
which everybody was like, is that going to be one of the spinoffs? They're like, no, that's not one of the spinoffs.
That would have been an interesting spinoff.
It's not one of the spinoffs.
I know. That sucks. But, you know, she could be... I've seen a lot of things like... is King of the 6 Kingdoms, Queen of the North, Queen of the New World.
No.
And then Jon goes back to north of the wall.
Yeah, so...
King of the Wildlings.
King of the North of the North.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we have Tyrion visiting Jon in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrion's like, yo, so nobody's super happy about this, but you're going back to the Night's Watch. He's like, fucking you kidding me? Do you know the shit I went through to get out of that? I died.
Literally.
I died to leave there. Yeah, so... And he's like, did I do the right thing? Because I don't feel like I did the right thing. And he's like, ask me again in 10 years. Yeah. So Jon heads north. Sansa heads less north, but mostly north.
Yeah.
Arya heads west.
Jon heads to the true north.
Yep. And Bran heads where he is.
That's the thing. Like, the Night's Watch, there's really no point anymore.
No.
Besides, like, being a prison.
Place where you send, it's just a shitty place to go.
Yeah, like there's nothing.
But to be fair, one could argue, like, I mean, the wildlings will still be there and they might end up being a problem again. The Night's Watch mostly just dealt with wildlings for thousands of years.
Yeah, but then, like, once Jon let the wildlings, like most of the wildlings through, that's kind of like repaired the relations. And that's why Tormund is following him. Tormund is a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, 1 second, though, it was a much bigger deal than running into Tormund at the wall. Because you had the reunion that made the internet go, okay, show, maybe you're not the worst thing on earth.
Oh.
When he's reunited with Ghost and he actually fucking pets
Ghost.
He said this like, it's also the one time in the entire episode where Jon smiled. Possibly the only time this entire season.
Oh, Ghost.
And Ghost kind of like nudges him and he like falls back. And you're like, oh, that's adorable. Even if Ghost, you make me sad every time I look at you because you're missing a fucking ear.
And the thing, and the thing is, like, when Jon's banished to the to the wall.
Yeah.
And then he just goes north of the wall with all the wildlings, but no other people from the Night's Watch. They're just like, oh yeah, you're fine, fuck off.
Yeah,
But like he becomes
pieced out because
did he not become like Lord Commander again? Because like that was the thing. Like he put the coat back on and was like standing in front of all of them, and then just pieces out. Like
maybe he's just ranging north, and
Oh,
like
maybe.
he's like, look, with our agreement with the wildlings, like we're gonna find them a home, and then they won't bother us. There's only like 14 of them left anyway. Yeah, so I don't know. We get no dialogue from this point. The only other major scene I can think of that we haven't talked about is the small council scene, which is the
Right.
other pin you want to pull.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like that scene, I liked it, but what confused me was this the first small council meeting
I
as
believe so.
Bran as the king?
I believe so.
If so, how much time has passed where they fucking rebuilt the entire Red Keep and
Maybe they just rebuilt that one room.
that one room? Like you could hold it anywhere else. It doesn't have to be in that one room.
I know.
But the interactions make it seem that it's the first small council meeting.
Mhm.
They rebuilt the entire, or just that room, whatever.
Well, I mean, it's not
And-
like they don't have a workforce. Oh, wait a minute. They don't have a workforce. Everyone's dead.
Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck rebuilt it? Like, how long did it take?
Well, okay, so we have Bran the Broken, but maybe he channeled back to the skills of his ancestor, Bran the Builder, and he. And can we fix it? Yes, we can.
Didn't a Bran build the wall?
Yeah,
Isn't that
Yeah, Bran the Builder.
Yeah.
yeah, he built the wall.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, did they fix the wall? That'll take a while.
Where did it?
It was
wasn't
broken
like-
by Eastwatch.
Yeah, by Eastwatch by the sea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not gonna matter at Castle Black.
Yeah, no, whatever. Fuck
Hundreds
it.
of miles away.
Fuck it. We're not really trying to keep anybody. We're just here because some of you suck.
Whatever.
So stupid. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, if you think about it, some of our characters have definitely gone on a journey that hasn't taken them anywhere. Where did we? John, first episode, I'm going to the Night's Watch. Last episode, I'm at the Night's Watch. Sansa, I want to be queen. Is queen. Arya, I want to go on an adventure. Arya, going on an adventure.
Bran
Bran.
falls out a window. Last episode, still no chair.
Bran, I like climbing things. Bran, you're never climbing anything again. I'm sorry.
No.
You're a king now, in a wheelchair. Suck it.
He clone climbed the social ladder.
There you go. There's our metaphor.
Yeah.
He climbed about as high as anyone can.
In his seat.
And Daenerys, oh, she was like, no, I mean, here we go. Taken advantage of by a Targaryen who she cared about. Taken advantage of by a Targaryen she cared about. Full circle.
Yeah.
No, but hey, other arcs that ended up exactly where you didn't think they'd go because it's where they wanted to go. First episode you ever met Brienne, she wanted to be a Kingsguard.
Yeah.
Is a Kingsguard.
Yep.
She
She finishes Jamie's
does finish
story.
Jamie's
was sweet.
section. Yep.
Yeah.
It was like
Like
died
pages on page. Like
died
she-
protecting his queen. Yep. Here's my question, because there's clearly entries after Jamie in the book.
Is there?
Yeah, there are.
Oh yeah.
But how did
Obviously.
how do they know how many pages to set aside?
And you would think that the next one would like finish his story because he's not the Kingsguard anymore.
Yeah, you'd think. Whatever. Yeah, so I mean that basically covers it. Basically,
it.
everybody just went full circle, and the show kind of had a happy ending, which feels really weird.
Yeah, I 100% thought it was not going to be a happy ending.
Yeah, basically, majority of our cast that we really, really cared about made it out alive. And most of them are not that worse for wear. Most of them ended up in better places than they were at the beginning of the show. They
Mhm.
went through some shit, but they ended up better than they were.
Yeah, talk about that small council meeting. There's a Braun as the master of coin. I was like, when everyone walked in, I'm like, why the fuck is Braun here? And then I'm like, oh,
Talk about a social climber.
I mean, I guess he's because like the Lord of what's
I can't
Highgarden. The Lord,
yeah.
the Lord of Highgarden was before, and like I guess that's like a thing,
Yeah.
right? Because they're like a rich place. But thing was, Daenerys ransacked, or
Yeah,
the,
like-
or the Lannisters ransacked it, and then Daenerys destroyed that train, and I'm guessing took all that money.
No, all the money still got, a lot of the money still got into the city.
Oh,
That's
why they
what
paid
she
for
used to buy the Golden Company, which
Yeah,
never
so where
mattered.
the fuck is all that money? Like,
It's not there.
that's-
Everyone's poor. Shit's bad. Like we're in
Yeah.
for like 100 years of suffering.
Sam is like the Grand Maester.
How? Like why?
No one cares about his oath breaking, you know?
Yeah, like
He
nobody.
was a member of the Night's Watch. And then he was
Also, like,
starting to be a maester.
in theory, he should be the fucking lord of.
And he is the lord of.
House
That's why he was at the
yeah.
lord
So like,
meeting,
what's
too.
going on? And he barely has any fucking chains because you have to like you get like a chain made out of like a certain metal for everything you learn.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't have any chains. So like, what the fuck? What in the butt? What in the butt? I just. That feels, and then they have like the Song of Ice and Fire book that they pull out.
All right.
Tyrion's like, oh, I'm guessing he's not very
Flattering to me.
flattering of me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he is flattering of me. You're not in it. How the fuck do you write what happened after the death of Robert without mentioning Tyrion at all? He's
Seriously.
even if you don't like him, he's kind of instrumental.
A hand of two kings and a queen.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Serious questions there. Yeah.
Who else is on that council?
Okay, so not many people.
Yeah. They're missing 2, right?
Yeah, they're missing 2 seats, but one of them seems redundant. So, okay, so let's break down the
Oh,
council.
there's Sir Davos.
Oh, yeah, Sir Davos.
The master of ships.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't have a master of whispers and a master of somebody else.
And a master of somebody.
But the fact remains, you never need a master of whispers again. Your king can see everything.
That's true.
But that's his first question. He's like, where's our master of whispers? It's like, you are it. What else are you going to spend your time on? Tyrion's really going to be running this fucking kingdom, and we all know it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind of the point.
You go to the one fucking council meeting, and like you're there for like 3 seconds. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go fight a dragon. Bye. And for a second, I thought we were going to get warged into a dragon scene,
Yeah.
which we, and no, still
That's
never
what
got
I thought
it.
he was going to do,
Still
too.
never got the fucking thing.
No. But yeah, that's the thing. Bran chose Tyrion to be his hand because...
The king shits and the hand wipes.
Sure. But yeah, like basically like Tyrion, that's the thing Bran said that like, or Tyrion has made so many mistakes.
He's
so
to spend the rest of his life making up for him. Yeah.
And that's the, like, Tyrion is really the one, not really pulling the strings, but like doing everything
Mhm.
because that was basically his punishment. And for some reason, Grey Worm was okay with that.
Yeah, right?
They were like, oh, because
They cut off from Grey Worm going like, that's not enough. And then immediately, apparently it was enough.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought that like, they were going to castrate him.
Oh, I didn't think of
Because
that.
like there was like a weird shot, and there was like another shot when he's talking to John where he kind of like looks down and like, you're looking at your crotch, it doesn't exist anymore there, bro. I don't know. It just felt like Grey Worm just like took things in stride. It's like a life punishment. Like he accepted like a life sentence. I'm like, he doesn't even fucking know what the wall is. For all he knows, it's a fucking resort.
True. And I mean, they were offered High Garden basically.
Yeah.
Because no one's there anymore. But then Tyrion promised it to Bronn, and then Bronn got it. But Grey Worm was saying like the Unsullied don't care about that,
Now they got to go to Noth.
and they're going to Noth. Like, okay,
A lot of characters going Noth.
I just got it.
John went Noth. Sansa went Noth. Grey Worm went Noth.
With like all the Unsullied, because apparently he's their commander now.
I mean,
he was always
he's
their
been
commander,
their leader
but
the
like,
whole time.
But
Yeah.
is he commanding the Dothraki too? Like,
Where are the Dothraki? They're gone.
they were
They were on the boat?
They were at the docks.
Were they? I missed them.
Yeah, they're like, it was like a.
Thank God. That would have been a problem. It's like, oh God, we're dealing with the Dothraki horde riding around Westeros some more. Why did we ever let anyone bring them here? Also, I thought they were all dead, but apparently they're zombies now.
Like,
Half of them
how
decided not
many-
to fight in the Battle of Westeros. Thank God.
There was they were all massacred at the Battle of Winterfell.
Yeah,
So
but
where
no.
do they come from?
Yeah, where did they come from? Where did they go?
Where do they come from? Dothraki.
Dothraki. Yeah, so that's Game of Thrones. Weirdly happy and not very satisfying ending, but honestly, like where we ended up last episode, where could we have gone?
And we'll see where those spin-offs take us. I mean,
Robert's Rebellion.
Yeah.
Almost definitely one of those is Robert's Rebellion. I think another one is like going to be the Dance of Dragons, which is all about Aegon the Conqueror.
oh, awesome. That's what I was going to say. Like, that era would be cool.
But then there might be the Age of
Or
Heroes.
like Old Valyria. Huh?
There might be, oh yeah, like whatever's going on with the Doom of Valyria. We still never had an answer to what that was. Yeah. So there's like a lot of questions in the past that we're probably going to get series of, and I don't think any of them are going to do half as well as this show.
No, probably not. They're gonna like try.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. But I mean, Benioff and Weiss are on to Star Wars.
Star Wars. That's all they cared about.
Yeah, that's why they didn't take the fucking extra episodes. We don't know why.
That's not. Yeah, again, not confirmed, but that's the prevalent theory. It's like they want to move on to bigger and better things. This has been their life for like 8-9 years.
Like better. I don't think that there's movies are gonna do better than Game of Thrones ever did.
I mean, in their mind, they're like, look, fans are gonna hate us no matter what we do. Might as well just fuck off. Yeah. So
I don't know.
And yeah, the rumor is that they're the ones working on the Old Republic movies.
Well, that's what was originally thought, but I think
Do we have confirmation otherwise?
my computer turned off.
I couldn't tell the difference. We're waiting. Okay, so what you're telling me is if they're not working on this Old Republic trilogy, then there's a entirely separate trilogy that they're working on? And is that not counting the trilogy that Rian Johnson is working on? Like, how many fucking Star Wars trilogies are being made right now?
Well, they.
You see my problem here?
Yeah, I mean, they seem they're thinking, or like people are speculating. I'm not sure what's confirmed or not, but Benioff and Weiss are like heading this first of a new trilogy.
They were given a whole trilogy. Like, that was all but confirmed.
Which will be out pre-Christmas weekend every other year. So like in December, which is like how they were.
Yeah,
do they always come out in December? I feel like they do.
No, they were
Besides Solo.
They were supposed to come out in May, but then they kept getting pushed to December, if I remember right. How dare you?
But it's possible that they are doing KOTOR, but we do know now that I don't even know how to pronounce her name, but
Lupita Nyong'o.
No, Laida Kalogridis will be writing it. She also like had a hand in writing Avatar and Shutter Island, and Alita Battle Angel.
Okay, so Avatar, its script is nowhere near its most popular thing. Shutter Island, not bad. Alita Battle Angel, that's just adapting a manga. So that's like yes, no, and maybe.
Yeah, but we'll see.
I mean, to be fair, we should have known how much trouble we were on for Game of Thrones, considering good old Benioff, I learned recently, did write. He was one of the main writers on X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, no. Why didn't we see this coming?
We should have seen this coming a long time ago.
I don't know. But yeah, that Knights of the Old Republic trilogy, or potential trilogy, does sound interesting. Just
that's a fascinating time period.
The idea of it, yeah, exactly. I never played the games, but that's a
Boo.
cool time period. We discussed this before.
I know, and I'm still mad at you. I keep hoping things change between weeks.
Yeah. You're the one that said that they were antiquated and they didn't really hold up that well.
Okay, the stories are great.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
I mean,
like the gameplay just feels
if I'm gonna
older.
play a game for a story, I might as well just like watch it rather than play it, because then if it's clunky and stuff, I'm not gonna enjoy it.
But the Old Republic games are all based on choice. So you're gonna be watching somebody else's choices.
Hey, I watched Until Dawn on YouTube when it first came out. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I was like, yeah, I watched it with Markiplier and Jacksepticeye concurrently.
You didn't play that game?
Nah, it's actually I had gotten it like last year for Cheyenne to play because she was really excited about it,
I got bored.
and I got scared.
Oh my gosh,
It was so good.
Part of my problem though is if I'm gonna play a video game, I need someone else to be present in the game with me. And Chase got scared, and like
I knew
he
it was
just-
gonna happen. And
he
I still
didn't-
had like an impending
Yeah,
doom.
he didn't
Genghis.
want to help me because I'm not good at video games. So
Mhm.
sometimes I need help, and he's over here like, no, you got this, you got this.
Yeah, no. Actually,
baby.
I had my ex play that game, and she was I mean, she was interested in video games, but she wasn't very good at them.
Yeah.
And so she's like, help me. I'm like, no, you're gonna suffer through your own failures. She did fine.
Yeah.
She made good choices. She just failed a lot of quick time events.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yep. That's a fun game. I can't believe you just whatever.
I watched it be played though.
Same
I
thing.
just can't
Same
do
thing.
that. I can't do that with games.
Oh, I think I do better watching.
The only time I watch people play games is when I've already beaten the game and I'm jumping to the points that I want to see people's reactions to.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like I've watched multiple people's I've watched bits and pieces of multiple people's playthroughs of the Danganronpa games.
Don't know. That's a word. Okay.
Danganronpa, so good. But that's a story for another day.
Right. But you did like Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh yeah, I love that game. The first Knights of the Old Republic game still has a great twist and a really cool narrative and really great characters. Like this is the game that made BioWare big.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, they'd made Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2. I mean, like they'd made great games, but this is the game that brought them into the mainstream. Like KOTOR was huge, and it was a huge game for the Xbox in particular. So yeah,
I wonder how they'll make a movie just out of the time period. Yeah.
I doubt they'd adapt the games, but there's so much going on in that time period. They could, and it's a very large time period, so they could do a lot.
4,000 years before New Hope.
Yes, but somehow things haven't changed that much scientifically or technologically. The 4,000 years thing has always been like, I'm like, but you still have lightsabers that work the same, and you still
It's
have,
all the same.
You still have spaceships, and you still. I'm like, what have you done in 4,000 years?
Have you
as a
seen
society?
like how we are compared to people 4,000 years ago?
Have you seen how we are compared to how people were like 50 years ago? So like, yeah, no, it's silly, but whatever. Star Wars has never been like hard sci-fi or even close to it. It's straight up a fantasy story in space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But even some fantasy stories have coherent worlds. Like I love Star Wars, but like let's not pretend here.
Did you like Solo?
I never saw Solo.
What?
Yeah, I just didn't care.
I liked Solo.
Cool.
I like Solo. It didn't upset me.
Well, I mean, apparently
I've seen bits and pieces of
apparently
it.
not a lot of people loved it.
No, but mostly not a lot of people saw it.
I guess, yeah. With the
I went in wanting to be entertained. I was
And you
entertained.
Yeah. What about Rogue One?
I saw Rogue One.
Rogue One was awesome.
Rogue
What?
One was 1/3 awesome.
Didn't
2/3 fine.
Didn't we mention this in a previous episode where I was saying that Rogue One is better than the
Yeah.
the
Episode
first
7?
episode 7? Yeah.
I mean, my problem with Rogue One again is just like I don't find the first two acts that interesting, but the third act is some of the best Star Wars has ever done. So like, it's like give and take. I have literally skipped 2/3 of that movie multiple times and just watched from the attack to the end, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Well, Disney Plus also announced a Rogue One prequel series.
Yeah. Wait, the Cassian Andor thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
A prequel for a prequel, huh?
Damn right.
Well, I mean,
So-
a
well,
prequel
it's-
for like an in-between movie.
Yeah, it's a prequel for an interquel set after the prequels, but before the.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's about no one's favorite character in that movie.
Cassian Andor.
But to be fair, it
I like
also
him.
means KTSO is going to be in it.
Oh, that's worth it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like nobody thinks about that part.
Mm-mm.
And K2SO is the best character in that movie.
He's played by Alan Tudyk.
Correct.
Correct. Ha.
Good job. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Alan,
Tudyks.
more than one dick, but less than three. He's a leaf on the wind. Watch how he soars. Somebody listening to this podcast just started crying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. I can tell. So, okay, just like quick, like 1 minute explanation. Firefly, he's the pilot.
Okay.
In the movie Serenity, he dies.
Oh.
That's his final quote.
Uh-huh.
I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch how I soar. He says it like 13 times as he's like trying to land the ship in this impossible situation. And they're like, what does that even mean? It's like, I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch how I soar. And then he lands it. I'm a leaf on it. And then like a thing like him shoots right through the thing and impales him and kills him.
Oh. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, whatever. That movie is like 10 years old. Fuck off.
I totally should have known that. I've seen that a lot.
He says it like 37
I
times.
know. That's one of my dad's favorite movies.
It's so good.
It is, and I did not remember that line at all.
Oh.
But at one point, like not long after the movie came out, he was at a convention and somebody asked him to sign something. And so he wrote, I'm a leaf on the wind. And she started bursting into tears. And he's like, I'm so sorry. Let me write something else. Here's the funny Alan Tudyk story. That's all I got. You're just like staring at me, waiting for something.
No.
Is there anything else you want to talk about real quick? Not really.
Oh, I have something.
Oh, okay, cool. Fantastic.
There was another show that ended this past week.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory.
Unlike you guys, totally satisfied.
Hey, you know,
It was
yeah.
great.
All
it
that
was
matters-
a great ending.
all that matters in life is that Sheldon really came to understand how much he loves his friends after winning the Nobel Peace Prize. But most
Wait, he won the.
importantly,
Oh, you spoiled it.
but most importantly is that the elevator works now.
Yep, the elevator works.
I've still never seen a full episode of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he won the prize.
Oh, come on. How can you not? I mean, it's like,
Okay, no one talks about Big Bang Theory, so I can easily avoid spoilers on Twitter.
no, I mean, you should just know that's where the show's going to go.
Well, I've only gotten like halfway through that season. It could have gone a different way.
I mean, come on.
They all died. Actually, see, the real last season was all in Roseanne's head. She actually she didn't really win the lottery. When Dan had that heart attack in the previous season, he actually did die, and he never cheated on her. The real betrayal was that he died.
What the fuck?
I didn't
that
watch
canon?
Roseanne, so I don't know.
Is that true?
I only
Okay,
know that Johnny, what's his name? The guy who plays
Johnny Two
Leonard.
Yeah, Johnny
was
Galecki.
in- Yeah, he was
Is
in
that actually his name? I
Roseanne.
didn't know.
Yeah, you actually got it right.
Weird knowledge in my head that I didn't know I had.
That's weird.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think I know that from Entourage.
Yeah, he was in that show.
Yeah, I knew that. He was like the boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah, and so was a previous character who hasn't been there since like season 4.
Honestly, Roseanne was like I think Roseanne for quite some time was the biggest show on TV.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And people hated the finale of it
What the
because like the entire last season people did not like because like they won the lottery and it kind of changed the entire trajectory of the show and it became like all this different stuff. And then like in the final episode, Roseanne basically like was like, actually what really happened was that this entire like this is all fabrication of my life in the ways that I wish it went. And they're like, this is all different. And like Dan died and la da da and da. And that was the end. People were like, fucking what?
Oh my god.
And I want to bring this up because
The biggest retcon.
No. It's more people have been getting really hyperbolic about Game of Thrones, saying it's like the worst season finale of all time.
No,
It's not.
not at all.
Like IGN had a poll where like they had everybody vote and it was like voted like the second worst of all time. I'm like, what? I didn't actually read the poll. I don't know what beat it, but they did have the headline Game of Thrones voted second worst finale of all time. I'm like, what? What was number one Lost because everyone's super hyperbolic too.
I
Like-
see. I feel like I'm pretty sure it would be.
I did not hate the finale of Lost. There are two kinds of people who watch Lost: people who watch it for the mystery and people who watched it for the characters. And if you watched it for the characters, much higher chance of being satisfied by that ending. If you watch it for the mystery, that show just told you to fuck off, slapped you in the face a few times, stole all your money, and ran away. Like, and not everybody who watched it for the characters felt super satisfied. I did, because I didn't really care that much about the mystery. But oh my god, if you wanted answers to that mystery, you were gonna hate that show forever. And so I get why people don't like it, but yeah. Also, that damn petition that's like 1.5 million signatures now about like remaking the last season of Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
That's
Again,
stupid.
fuck off. I don't like this season.
Fuck off, slap in the face, take their money and run.
Run. Like, it's not good. No, but it's an ending. Just shut up and deal with it. And again,
Yeah.
like look, if you don't like this so much, wait for all the books to come out and like in 40 years, somebody's going to make this again. Wait
With,
until
like
then.
newer technology, it's gonna be holograms at that point.
Yeah.
Because this will be antiquated.
Yeah, no, it's just gonna. It's actually gonna be like in every local park. They're gonna have the hologram version of the show take place. You can just walk through it like, whoa.
Park. There's not gonna be any greenery. What are you talking about?
Well, no, obviously, but I mean, that's what they call the giant concrete blocks in the middle of cities.
Yeah.
Parks.
Yeah. A lot of people were not obviously. Were not.
Talk.
A lot of people obviously were not satisfied with this ending.
No.
And what was recommended to me on YouTube, like randomly, was like top anime for people.
Oh yeah, I've seen this video.
Was it
I
the
haven't seen it, but like
the glass reflection one? I think it was. But
there's like, wasn't there like Griffin from Berserk as like the thumbnail? It's like if this then that.
I think so,
Yeah.
because Berserk was definitely one of them.
Yes.
But one of them that was it was like anime if you're not satisfied with if you're disappointed with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I saw the thumbnail for this multiple
yeah.
times.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how does it know? But one of them, there was a few that I had like taken down. I'm like, oh, I'm probably gonna watch these. One of them was 12 Kingdoms.
Oh, 12 Kingdoms is good.
And I started watching that 2 days ago, and 2 days ago, and that was 2 days ago was I called off sick from work because I was dying. So I just sat on the couch for 7 hours watching episodes. And I'm still not even halfway through it.
Yeah,
But I fucking love that show now. That's my new thing.
That's your new addiction.
You know, just it has like similar kind of political intrigue and like kingdom shit. So that's cool. And that's always great.
Yep. All right. It's been kind of a slow week. Chase has been dead, so obviously he didn't have anything to do with his life.
Nope.
And I've just been really trying to platinum Days Gone, which I did, and I really enjoyed that game, and more people should play it, and it shouldn't have as bad reviews as it has. The end.
Get over it, people.
Hashtag get over it.
That's this whole episode.
Hashtag look, it's bad, but it's not that bad for Game of Thrones, and hashtag look, it's good. Why did you say it was bad for
Days Gone?
Days Gone, and hashtag why is our show so shitty? Thanks everybody for listening.
Yes.
We finally had a regular-ish length episode again. I'm sure Cheyenne is super happy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Kyle Grubb. Oh wait, what?
I just realized you guys never actually officially introed the show.
No, we did.
Yeah, no, we did. It was immediately after my song.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wasn't present.
Alicia Vikander, Tomb Raider. Yep.
That's dead.
Yeah, it's dead. That's why I have Andrew, the shitty teacher from high school.
Oh yeah.
He's my new. He's the new torch I carry.
Recurring joke.
And you made it so easy this week. All right, I'm Kyle Grubb.
And I'm Chase Matherly.
I'm Cheyenne. Bye.
What was with that little?
His little sing song. Bye.
Bye.